Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, where today I'm going to be taking on the task of ranking every single BLACKPINK song. I thought about doing this before, but now that I have an album out, I thought now would be a more fitting time than ever to rank all of their songs. So, this is what I'm going to be doing today. Now, important note here, this is solely my opinion on the songs. If you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. There's no reason to get angry over an opinion when it comes to music, unless the person is insulting the artist or some shit, which is dumb and don't do that. At the end of the day, it's just music and we should all have fun and enjoy it, or not. At the end, I'm not trying to change anyone's opinion of songs. I'm just here to tell you my opinion and why I think songs are either good or bad, and why I rank them the way I do. There isn't much else to say, and we have 27 songs to get through, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight to number 27. I don't understand why people think this song is good and have this among their favorites in BLACKPINK's discography. See You Later is just a dismal attempt at making something badass. The song's actually got a pretty good thing going for it. It's got a nice guitar kick and some pretty sick rap build up to the chorus, but oh god, that chorus. Not only is it incredibly repetitive with the same line over and over, the chorus is just so repetitive, and it just slams you into a brick wall. Not to mention the clanging percussion in the back, the obnoxious repetition of the phrase "see you later" with a lack of notes or anything interesting instrumental going on. And this is probably just a song that hits the brick wall the most. I kind of talked about Player by Everglow in my last video, but this song is worse than that because this chorus is actively annoying and not just a dead weight. Next, number 26. I want to know who in God's name thought this was a good idea. And no, my problem here isn't Selena Gomez. I don't have an issue with her being on the song. In fact, she's probably the least offensive part of it, but can we talk about that obnoxious beat, which is just the same loop of, I guess, what an ice cream truck is supposed to sound like? I'll admit, I do like Lisa's rap at the end, and the girls sound fine on it, but all the things I have to object to are the video where there's some, dare I say, pedophilic imagery, or at least imagery that pedophiles are going to find attractive, and what's with Jenny lipping it with that giant South American rap thing? Please explain yourself, Korea. I can't even blame Korean songwriters for this, because I could at least excuse the clumsy rhymes and bad lyrics and gross innuendos that don't make sense if at least, you know, it was Korean songwriters trying to write a song in English, but this was written by Ariana Grande and Victoria Monet. You really have no excuse. I'm sorry. This song may be fun in a few circumstances, but I really can't get over it. I did like it initially, but now that it's here, I can't stand it. Number 25. Bet You Wanna is a perfectly serviceable song with Cardi B on a guest feature here, and I could see this one potentially growing on me, but as of now, I'm definitely not a big fan of it. It probably has more to do with the beat. I don't like that little clicking beat, and it kind of gets under my skin. Also, the hook of the Bet You Wanna part is going to get into my head in an obnoxious way. Basically, my problem with the song is that it's an earworm and not in a good way. I can understand people liking this, and I'm not mad that Cardi's on it or anything, but there's really very little to say about the song. Number 24. The fact that this song's so hot, well, the Black Label remix of it, but this is just a cover of a 2008 Wonder Girls song, which was already kind of janky and dated. But the girls do sell this, and I might rank this a little bit higher if it wasn't a live recording, because, God, I hate live recordings so much, but at the end of the day, it's a 2-minute cover of a Wonder Girls song. What am I supposed to say about it? Number 23. Sour Candy is one of those songs that I can see a lot of good elements here, but at the end of the day, the song doesn't click for me. The song is kind of sour. Haha. I do like the pulsating house beat, I will admit that, and if this was a solo Lady Gaga song, I'd probably enjoy it a good bit, but Blackpink and Lady Gaga just have no chemistry, their voices don't blend at all, and no offense to either artist, I mean, I like both of them, obviously, but they just do not mash well together. And at the end of the day, Sour Candy is a song that I haven't found myself wanting to revisit in a long time. Number 22. Yeah, I'm ranking this low. Anyway, what I can say about Kill This Love is, the song has a lot of good things going for it. The pre-chorus is absolutely awesome, even better than Do 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 Do's pre-chorus. The verses are pretty sick, with the girls wrapping it up, and the outro is good, if a little too short for my liking, but this has the syndrome of slamming into a brick wall when it hits the chorus. My biggest problem with the song overall is the lack of momentum. I can complain about the song is too slow or too low or some shit, but I don't even think that's really the problem. The problem is the chorus. I'm sorry, but this blast of horns just isn't interesting to me. The note pattern is incredibly uninteresting, and it gets annoying to boot when it's so abrasive. The song has a great sense of momentum going, and it absolutely kills it. I've tried it to break down time and time again why Do 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 works for me and Kill This Love doesn't, but... And I've talked about the song length, the BPM, the outro, the choruses, the drop, everything to do with the song, but at the end of the day, I think it boils down to one simple reason. That Do 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 has momentum going for it, and it doesn't give up the momentum. And Kill This Love just hits a brick wall. Kill This Love just feels like an elephant stomping on all of your hopes and dreams. Whereas Do 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 is a fun song you could drive to. I'm sorry, but I still don't like the song. At the end of the day, there's not much else to say about it. And speaking of Do 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 Do, number 21. Yes, the Do 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 remix is still better than Kill This Love because the song has a sense of momentum that works. And I'll admit, this remix is really great in live settings, and not that I would know or anything, but I've seen clips of it on YouTube. And yeah, you could argue that this slams into a brick wall, but this note pattern has way more energy, even though this is still the inferior version of the song by a long shot. Again, this is a really great hype song. And I don't find it to get on my nerves nearly as much as Kill This Love. I know some people really hate this remix, but I've never been one of them. I personally think the remix is just fine. I mean, yeah, I'd still listen to the original version over it, for obvious reasons, but in the end, there's not too much negative to say. Also, they got rid of the killer outro bit. Number 20. I'm sorry, I could see it offensive, really, but at the end of the day, the song is okay. I like some of the rap bits here, and the song is overall kind of fine, but it just feels kind of like a slow plotting mess, and the chorus is not it for me. Again, I think the problem here is the beat. It just feels really basic and uninteresting to me. The song is more boring than bad. That's all I can really say about it. Number 19. For Jennie's first foray into making solo music, Solo is a pretty good song, I'll admit that. I do like the drop, as awkward as it can be. That police whistle though needs to go die, and the rest of the song is pretty decent. This song is a bit slower paced and a bit more of a slow burn to an X anyway, so I'm okay with this one having less momentum. The song overall has less momentum. It doesn't hype you up like Kill This Love and then drop your expectations off the Empire State Building, but yeah, Solo's fine. I don't hate the clicking echo percussion in the rap verse. It's not amazing. Her rap verse is fine, and I'll admit that the song is pretty great. The pre-chorus is fantastic, but if I have one thing to object to, it's probably the outro and dance break. I do love the bridge on this song, for the record. Jennie gets to show off some vocals, and the bridge sounds really great, honestly. It's got a really great build and progression to it. It builds a momentum in a good way. This song is a slower song, but it's basically a self-affirmation song after a breakup, which is a good thing. But, again, if I have one thing to object to, it's this dance break. This is just annoying. They just basically chopped up the drop from earlier and made it bad. And this is like the gold by Kiara of K-pop. Okay, it's not that bad, but thankfully this part's only about the last 20 seconds of the song, so I can deal with it. Number 18. Don't Know What to Do is a song that has a ton going for it. It has a nice guitar loop in the back, some good synth build-up, and the girls sound really great on it. The verses are probably some of the best in their discography. However, the chorus kind of has an issue for me. I seem to not enjoy a lot of these choruses. I really don't like this note pattern again. It's super uninteresting and a bit high-pitched for my liking. It's just not good, I'm sorry. It's not even a song like Kick It, where I really like the second half of the chorus. I do like how the beat picks up here and the vocals are slick, but otherwise, this is a skip for me. It's still better than a lot of the other songs I've talked about because the song has some sense of energy and momentum, but at the end of the day, Don't Know What to Do is not one of my favorites. The verses are good though. Number 17. This basically classifies as a perfectly serviceable song. This is basically just a D-tier Dua Lipa song. It's not terrible, but considering Dua Lipa's quality control, even back then when she was making Tropical House and made it really well, this song just feels underwhelming compared to something like New Rules. And at the end of the day, the girls in Dua at least have more chemistry than like Gaga does with BLACKPINK, but again, this is more of a Dua Lipa song than a BLACKPINK song, and it disappoints me more as a Dua Lipa song. Also, this was when Tropical House was a huge thing, and oh god, I got sick of it. Tropical House is probably one of my least favorite types of house music to listen to. Not all of it's bad for the record, it's just, it was such an oversaturated trend in 2017-18 that I'm good leaving that one in the past. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. Otherwise, the song is okay. Number 16. Pretty Savage is basically an example of BLACKPINK's typical sound hitting you with some bass-heavy EDM. A pretty popular K-pop trope nowadays, but the music itself has an older sound to it, and the melody definitely doesn't sound quite like modern K-pop. Pretty Savage does strike me as a bit of a filler track, but it's still relatively enjoyable. This is basically a lesser do-do-do-do, or how you like that, and I'm fine with it for what it is. It doesn't get under my skin like Kill This Love. And this is definitely a song I can see myself blasting. So, yeah, Pretty Savage. It's a pretty good song. Number 15. Look at the first ballad entry on this list, which is You Never Know, the final track on their recent album, and it's a pretty good one. I do like that BLACKPINK went for a piano ballad finally, and the girls' vocals are pretty solid on this track. I'm not the biggest on ballads in general, but yeah, this song is pretty good. It honestly reminds me a little bit of maybe something even someone like Taeyeon would make, except not as good, but this song is good. I like the vocals, and Jennie actually sounds really good on this song. Her vocals seem to have improved, and there's not much else to say other than this chorus is a really great thing. It does sound like older pop music to me. It's got kind of a classic ballad vibe to it. I don't know, like a mid-2000s ballad by someone like, I don't know, Christina Aguilera or something. Just the sound of the song, not the vocals, but at the end of the day, You Never Know is a pretty decent track. Number 14. I did not like How You Like That at first when I first heard it. I just thought it was another version of Kill This Love, which I already didn't like, and the song was really underwhelming to me. But I've had 3 months for it to grow on me, and now that I'm back, I think How You Like That kind of slaps. The song is a bit slow to begin with. It doesn't hype you up the way Kill This Love does. It could definitely be seen as a hype anthem, and it doesn't have a hard drop. I'd rather have the brassy synth and bass vibes here than the obnoxious horns of Kill This Love. The note pattern is more interesting. There's a secondary phrase in the song. The verses are kind of short, especially the first one. Lisa's rap verse is absolutely epic though, and the outro's good and more cohesive than Kill This Love. The song doesn't run out of momentum like Kill This Love does. It ends at just the right time, whereas Kill This Love runs out of momentum way too soon and ends really at the wrong time. No, this isn't as good as Do 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 Do, but it's still much better than Kill This Love. That the song stays at basically the same tempo and doesn't really hit you in a brick wall with anything like that. If this drop was harder and more abrasive, I might hate it, but it's not, and I can get around it. I didn't like it at all at first, but once I got used to it, I ended up liking the song a good bit. Number 13. Here we have one half in the weaker length of BLACKPINK's dual debut song, Boombayah, which is still a song that I absolutely love. Boombayah has a great sense of progression and it's super fun. The build-up to the chorus is great. The chorus, while only being really one word, does have a more interesting note pattern than something like Kill This Love, kind of, and it doesn't get under my skin. The rapping in the song is absolutely fire, and there's so many iconic moments. I love the pre-chorus and build-up to the chorus of the vocal here. It's a really great song to hype you up. This is basically the kind of big room EDM that's actually become relatively popular in K-pop. You got songs like Adios by Everglow, and I'm glad this type of song was popular. I don't think this was definitely a breath of fresh air when it came out in 2016, and this sound has become popular now, but I think BLACKPINK might have pioneered this a bit in K-pop. I'm not saying they were the first ones to do it, but I definitely have heard more songs like this since then. And yeah, Boombayah is pretty great. The biggest problem with Boombayah is that it goes on for too long. The choruses are too long. There's a whole second part of the chorus and it repeats for a very long time. The song's like 4 minutes long. It doesn't need to be. That's really my biggest problem with it. I think they were able to trim the fat on future songs like Playing with Fire and Do 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 Do, and I'm glad they did. And yeah, the production can be a bit sloppy at points. Boombayah is far from a perfect song, but for a debut, it's pretty great and it slaps, honestly. Number 12. Hope Not is quite a nice ballad from BLACKPINK. It's an extremely minimalist song, the most minimalist song in their discography to date, asterisk, and the song is just nice and pleasant. It's kind of a sad song, basically the vibe of it being you're better off without me, or I'm sad but I'll get over you kind of vibes of the song. You know, I'm doing this for your own good, basically. I want you to be happier. I know that you'll be happier. Random marshmallow lyric aside. The song is a really nice melody, and it lets the vocals shine here. The song may be a bit minimalist for my taste, but in the end, this is a song that grew on me a lot. And Hope Not is genuinely a great little ballad. Number 11. I did put an asterisk here because Whistle Acoustic might be the most stripped back song. Even this song has more energy than Hope Not, in my opinion, because Whistle is inherently a more energetic song, which is good. And the acoustic version of Whistle is still fantastic. I think it's pretty impossible to ruin Whistle, unless you added like dubstep to it or something, but yeah, Whistle is genuinely a great little song, and this stripped back arrangement is pretty great. If you want a stripped back version of Whistle, this is good. It doesn't sound half-assed at all, and the production is great. They took the clean vocal mixing from the original song and added a stripped back acoustic guitar, and I may not be the biggest fan of acoustic guitar songs, but BLACKPINK have enough charisma to back this up, and Whistle is a great song anyway. Again, pretty much impossible to ruin it to begin with. Number 10. Now we're getting into the really good stuff for the record. Crazy Over You from BLACKPINK's new album is such a unique styled song. It's a bit on the short side, but I don't mind it at all. The pre-chorus is absolutely fantastic. The song's got a lot of really nice oriental vibes, and while also having a pretty standard trap beat, but sounding loose and fun. And it's got kind of a retro hip-hop sound to it. I really love the backing vocals here. It does kind of remind me of something 21 would have made a while back, or just lots of types of sounds. It definitely sounds like an older song in K-pop, but that's far from being a bad thing. The girls have a ton of charisma. The bass on the rap bits is good, and you could say this song goes into a brick wall, but I think it's supposed to sound that way on the chorus, and that's why I love it. Also, the outro really works. It's a combination of the oriental vibes and the retro hip-hop. Those two things really work way better together than they should. And this is just the kind of song I can see myself revisiting a lot of times. Number 9. Well, of course, the original Whistle had to be here. And it's slightly better than the acoustic version just because this is the original version of the song and the arrangement that it was intended to have, but you can't really go wrong with Whistle either way. In fact, I could see someone preferring the acoustic version if they don't like this percussion. I personally don't mind it as much as that type of percussion tends to bother me. The pre-chorus of the song is absolutely gorgeous. The song is pretty much 3 separate songs. You've got the more rap-oriented bit with the percussion.
24, 365 어찌 너와 같이 하고파 낮에도 이 밤에도 이렇게 너를 원해 모든 남자들이 날 매일 check out 대부분이 날 가질 수 있다 착각적인
You've got the gorgeous pre-chorus with the acoustic guitars and build-up. All the hits in the chorus are fantastic. You've got the chorus and drop with a great bass groove and some whistling. And yeah, overall the song is just really fits better together than it should, considering the fact that it's pretty much just 3 songs slapped together. But it does transition really well, and the drop is a good payoff. But yeah, the girls sound really fantastic on this. The rapping is great. The bridge is great too. And again, the acoustic guitars really make this song what it is, which is why the acoustic version feels like it fits right in. But yeah, I do prefer the little more upbeat antics of the original. This is just an incredibly fun song, and it's a slow burn for me, but at the end it's so much better than Boomba It's not even funny. This is being their second side of the debut, and I used to prefer Boomba and not like Whistle, but once it grew on me, the way this song builds as it keeps going and adds more hits to the chorus really makes it work, and in the end of the day, Whistle is still a masterpiece. Number 8. Kick It is conceptually basically solo, but way better. It's a self-affirmation after a breakup, and while still acknowledging some of the sad feelings that are made from the song, while claiming they'll break your heart, but they're clearly still heartbroken, but trying their best to have fun and get over it. And just kick it with their friends, and yeah, I can enjoy that. Again, this song is a pre-chorus of acoustic guitars. The verses have this great bass groove in them, which I really love, and the chorus does kind of hit you into a wall, but the song is called Kick It, and it's about a breakup, so I'm okay with that here. I'll admit that the first part of the chorus is my least favorite part of the song. The chanting, I've complained about chanting a lot in like Itzy songs. I do think it kind of works here, but I may not be the biggest fan of chanting. But I'll admit the second half of the chorus is still really great. Yeah, the girls sound really great on this. I love the bass groove, I love the pre-chorus, and I actually really love the outro to this song. But chanting here actually really works over the heavy bass groove. It really sounds like the girls are getting together and kicking it, and I like that vibe of the song. I'm really glad it has a final chorus though and doesn't just end at that ending part. It could end there, but the final chorus really does help bring it home in my opinion. Kick It is a great song. Number 7. Wow, I was so happy with this song that came out. This is one of my favorite title tracks from Blackpink, definitely since Do 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 Do. And their last couple title tracks haven't really done it for me. Yeah, I know how you like that, and Ice Cream aren't technically title tracks, but whatever, no one cares. Lovesick Girls is a really good song, which has, again, a nice acoustic guitar build-up to the bridge. The song doesn't lose momentum. The acoustic guitar in the build-up kind of reminds me of something like the intro to Wake Me Up by Avicii or any acoustic guitar-driven dance song. The chorus has that great synth city pop vibe with some popping synths, and the guitar in the first verse. I'll just say that this song was an instant win for me because of that subtle guitar in the first verses. It sounds like the verses of Telling Me What to Do by Shiny, and that's one of the best songs ever, so shut up. But okay, yeah, you get the point. Yeah, this song was pretty much an instant win for me to begin with because of the similarity that I drew, but the rest of the song is still really great. Again, the chorus has that synth city pop vibe that something like As If It's Your Last has, but being a bit more heartbroken than As If It's Your Last, and a bit more of a mature concept. Again, the second half of the chorus is really great. This is the night in Notre Dame of this part. I'm sorry, I know that's not what they're actually saying, as if it's your last, but I had to do it. Anyway, the rap verse is pretty great too. They actually let Jenny rap on half of this, which is a relief, and the rap verse really reminds me of their rap verse on Kick It Honestly, which is funny because that's the last song I talked about. But yeah, again, the pre-chorus is nice, and all of it works really well for me. The song has a great sense of momentum, and the chorus sounds really good overall. Lovesick Girls is a good song. Number 6. But it's not my favorite off the album, because Love to Hate Me exists. Love to Hate Me is a really good song, despite its short length. Everything about this song is great. This is some of the best lyrics of Blackpink, and it's basically about a toxic ex, and it's pretty chill. But yeah, this song definitely feels like it's pandering to the alternative pop Western audience in a way, which I like, but with a bit more energy to it. Something like Madison Beer. But the song it actually reminds me most of is Red Velvet's In and Out. The song is great, by the way. Oh, but I never thought that a Blackpink song was going to remind me of a Red Velvet B-side, but boy am I glad it does. Even this part. Gets similar to kind of uncanny, to be honest. But Love to Hate Me is great. Again, this is definitely one of the most mature and heartfelt songs that Blackpink have released. And as much as this new album is pretty good and some of the songs are really great, let's be honest here, it didn't crack my top 5. Number 5. By far the most unique song in Blackpink's discography, Stay still stands tall over many of their other songs, and does so many unique things. It's got an incredibly mellow and yet sad, melancholic sound to the song, with some guitar and bass accents to make it really work. You got some deep strings on the pre-chorus that really bring the sadness home. It's a really wistful song, and it's really emotional, to be honest. This is probably the most emotional connection I have to a BLACKPINK song, but it isn't my favorite. And I love how the chorus picks up a bit with the hand claps and the harmonica. The hand claps here really work well, and it makes the song sound a bit happy, but in a wistful way. Kind of reminds me of something like Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. Not so much sound-wise, but the sentiment of the song. Which is regretful, but also remembering something happy and remembering happier times. Stay is inherently a very sad song, but also a song that makes me feel comforted in a way. There's something very pleasant about the song. I don't really know how to explain it. The verses are absolutely crushing, and the song makes you feel sad about everything that could happen, and everything that's happened that you couldn't change. But looking back, the chorus reminds you that everything is going to be okay, because you're always going to be able to keep those memories you have, and that's what really matters in the end. Also, I love the way they go. It goes a little something like, this song is pretty close to being country, which means I should hate it, but what can I say? A gut punch is a gut punch. Number 4. Well, y'all knew this one was coming. As If It's Your Last is a superb pop song. And there was a time where I would say I liked Whistle more, but I find myself returning to As If It's Your Last way more often. The great marching beat really sets a good tone and pace for the song. The girls sound absolutely fantastic and like they're having a time in their lives. And this pre-chorus, man, it sets the tone perfectly. This one's a lot more celebratory and fun than something like Lovesick Girls. And I know I like sad songs and I'm emo and all this shit, but how can you not love this? The glitzy 80s synth on the chorus is what really sells it for me. Again, the girls sound like they're having the time of their lives with a legitimate real chorus in one of their title tracks, just like Lovesick Girls, except this song is way happier. And it's really those sentiments in the back that bring it home for me. Again, I really love this flashy city pop sound, and post-chorus is great as well. Basically everything about the song is happy. The only thing I can object to slightly is Lisa's rap. She sounds fantastic, of course, but some of the lyrics that were written for the rap are a little bit, Bonnie and Clyde. Okay, and you do realize gun and feta mean the same thing, right, YG songwriters? Okay, but all of that aside, As If It's Your Last is still an absolutely anthemic piece of music that I'll find myself going back to even 3 years after the fact. It was one of the bright beacons in the dull release year that was 2017, and I'm so glad that this song exists. If it had to be their only release that year, I'm glad it was this one, and God, the song is good. I really have no more words for As If It's Your Last. Number 3. Well, here we are, folks. It's not my favorite or second favorite BLACKPINK song anymore. Wasn't there a time when I said D4 was my favorite BLACKPINK song, and then I said it was my second favorite? Well, that's changed a little bit, but as I feel like it's started to wear out on me after 2 fucking years of listening to it non-stop. Yeah, Kill This Love wore out on me in record time, but this song really hasn't. This song still has a great sense of momentum, and cluttered as the production is, it still sounds really solid and works really well. The rap is fantastic. Pretty much everything on this song this song isn't anything deep. It's basically just a hype-up anthem, but God, is it a good one. I know y'all are gonna complain about BLACKPINK producers, and they're like, we don't want Teddy anymore because Teddy does the same thing, but Teddy's good at his job, okay? Seriously, no. This song is amazing. Again, the pre-chorus is absolutely just... These producers know what they're doing, okay? But no, really? This song takes about a minute to get to the chorus, which feels like a long time, but it's okay, because not a single second of the song feels wasted. I don't think the song is too long, like Boom Ba-Ya. It's not too short, like Kill This Love. It's the perfect length, and... yeah, it takes a minute 18 to get to the drop, but it's totally worth it. This drop has the most energy and it still sounds absolutely fucking fantastic. This song on its own is really great. Everything about it is really great through the first two choruses, but what really brings it home is the ending. This bridge bit is absolutely just, heavenly. And when we get to the outro here, the momentum that goes for this final drop, the build-up is insane. And oh my god, is the payoff worth it. The high energy trap bass EDM drop here is just fantastic. It's hype in the most way, and this is one of the only instances where music on production alone can give me chills, and yeah, it's here. There's nothing deep about this, it just sounds amazing. And that's why I love it. But at the end of the day, I can't say it's Blackpink's best title track because of number 2. Yeah, it took me a long time to come to this conclusion, but I do find myself returning to Playing with Fire a bit more than Do 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 Do, and I think this song is overall more cohesive and solid. This song is an absolute bop. It's got a dark tone which really fits. The dark, mysterious tone of the girls playing with fire, and the relationship, of course, not actual fire. It sounds fantastic. It's a slower paced song, but it's supposed to be for the dark vibes the song's giving off, and I've always loved this song, but it's just grown on me exponentially over the years, and this is now my favorite Blackpink title track. By a small margin. Do 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 is still amazing, but yeah, the build up here is just fantastic. The production on this one is just really great. It doesn't feel cluttered like Do 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 Do, and the girls just sound absolutely fantastic. I love the piano at the intro. And the crackling sounds of the fire in the background. So good. And then the heavy bass electronic drop kicks in, and it's a really great one. The song manages to sound sensual and dark at the same time. I don't even care that the song doesn't have a proper chorus. It's basically just a few lines tossed out and ad-libbed over this great-ass drop, and yeah, this is definitely one of the best K-pop hits of 2016, and that was a good year for the record. And yeah, the rap part in the second verse is really great too. It doesn't ruin the momentum of the song. They're able to stay on this beat with the piano, heavy bass, and almost like boombox kind of vibe to it. It's kind of like Boom Ba Ya, but way more refined and mature, which is why it's here. And yeah, this kind of song I would blast out of a boombox, and would blast on those giant speakers that they post those memes of. What song would you blast on these speakers? Definitely this one, because god, this song is a bop. Again, every time the chorus hits, it's just great. I love that the song is a final drop after the bridge. It doesn't really have a final chorus, because the last singing bit is right here. They don't sing again after this, they don't repeat any of the phrases, it's just a drop, but the fact that the song does have a final drop to bring it home really does help. It could have just ended, but it doesn't, and the song is the perfect length because of it. Clocking in just a little over 3 minutes. I can enjoy this one quite considerably, and yeah, this has edged out D4 over the years, and I'll admit that adorable shiny clip probably helped, but even without that, this song is just spectacular. Every single second of the song is not wasted and not cluttered. Everything about this is just perfection. So what can possibly beat Playing with Fire? Well, I'll tell you what. Number 1. This intro is everything. Forever Young is my favorite Blackpink song, and this probably won't change anytime soon. The great energetic kick of the marching beat, the girls sounding absolutely fantastic, the ad-libs of Blackpink is the revolution, even though they're not, it almost makes me believe it, and this song is one of my favorite killing moments in all of K-pop. I don't know why, but the I Could Die in This Moment Forever Young bit just gets me every time. It sounds so fucking fantastic. This song captures being young in the perfect way. It's kind of like Die Young by Kesha. It captures this sense of, okay, well, maybe we could die, but we're having a great time, so does it really matter? This is how awesome being young is, and it really captures that in a way when I continue to feel older and older all the time. I really appreciate that. The verses are great as well. The sense of progression never ends. Again, the vocals sound fantastic here. The girls sound fantastic on this. And yeah, this wouldn't be my favorite song if it wasn't for the fact that the girls sound like they're having the time of their lives on this. I don't even mind the ad-libs here. It's because it's fun and carefree. It doesn't affect me. This rap is fantastic. But yeah, the song is great. And I do love how the song builds to what you would think is a final chorus and then just ends. Except it doesn't. And this is the moment that pushed this song over the edge for me over all other songs. Get ready, folks. Yeah, this is probably the highlight of BLACKPINK's musical career, and I don't think this is gonna get beat anytime soon. As much as I love Do-Do-Do-Do's outro, Forever Young just captures something so perfect in its outro. It didn't beat for great ad-libs, the girls singing Girls Wanna Have Fun. And basically just getting down on the floor. This is their most complex choreography to date. And I really don't have words for Forever Young. It's just an amazing track. Anyway, guys, that was it for the ranking. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all soon. I didn't mean to make this go on for 41 minutes, but, you know, that's what happens when I start talking about one of my favorite groups. So, guys, if you disagree with my list, or if you agree, or if you have suggestions for other things I should talk about, leave your suggestions in the comments below. I'll see you all soon. I love you guys. You're awesome. Have a nice day. Bye!